Welcome back to Finnegan's Garage. I don't know what day it is, but I'm celebrating because the ramp truck is finally out of my garage. And no, we didn't push it this time. The Cummins 12 valve is in there. The guys from Power Driven Diesel came back to my house, helped me thrash on this thing. We built a new exhaust, finished all the cold side plumbing, wired it, plumbed it. It runs, it does burnouts, it's awesome. We're editing the video right now for you. So in a few weeks, that will be here on the channel. And I'm so stoked I brought the That'll Buff Out t-shirt back just for you guys to celebrate the fact that this truck will now be put back into service. Want to see some? What's left? Still has a massive hole in the floor for the Power Driven Diesel 47RH 4-speed transmission. Gotta fix that, I do. That'll happen later. Right now, I'm just happy the truck runs. Come over here and check this out. There she is in all her glory. I know you guys have been asking for this, which is why I'm showing it to you. I'm also going to show you what else is in the garage and give you an update on all of that stuff before we get into this episode, which is all about a trip I took to California to tune my 55 Chevy and do a bit of drag racing. Come on, let's go. Okay, not a lot to say about the turbo boat other than the fact that now that the ramp truck is together, I'm gonna move the turbo boat into the middle of the garage and finally start finishing this thing because my goal is to get this thing on the water this summer. All right? So it basically looks the same as it did when we did the SEMA video, except there's fewer parts on it because I have been working on it. Come this way. So I reorganized the garage a bit to fit some more stuff in it. Got some new tools for doing some sheet metal work. I'll use that stuff to fix the trans tunnel in the ramp truck. Reorganized the mess area of the shop to cram more things in here. I finally bought an air compressor that's so quiet I can run it at night and it won't freak out my kids and my wife. There's the C10 everyone's been asking about. I am waiting for parts for this thing. As soon as the brake parts show up or the steering parts show up, I will work on this thing again and give you guys another video update. And finally, Blasphemi. This car, once again, runs and drives. I rewired it front to back to install a brand new EFI system from Holley. Then went to California to Westech Performance to dyno tune the engine. Then I went to Irwindale Dragway to do some test passes in front of a guy named John Chase and his buddy Brad. You might have heard of those guys. They work at Hoonigan. They called me out on the internet. Their gasser versus my gasser. At some point, we're going to race this summer. I don't know when, he's still building his car. But right now, here's some footage of me working on this thing with my friends and going faster than John.
Handicap scammers.
Handicap scammers?
Yeah.
What's a handicap scammer?
They'll come in and they'll take a picture of your bathroom, and let's say you have faucets that require 2 knobs instead of a hand movable single lever. And they go, oh, you're not handicap compliant, so we're suing you for $3,000. Well, by the time
it's cheaper to pay than to hire a lawyer.
by the time you've hired an attorney to go, say, no, this is BS, then you just give their money. It was so bad.
That's a job, isn't it, for them? Like, that's just what they do?
Oh, yeah. It even got thrown out in one of the courts. Some law firm had like 160 cases, and the judge finally went, look, this is bullshit.
Wow.
We're done with you guys.
So thus the reason for the no video, no photo thing at Westech Performance. But we break the rules for other people. I get it.
Yeah.
I feel special.
Yeah, for people who spend money, they get to do video and.
Yes, if you pay your tab here, you can film Steve. Pretty sure I've shown you guys this before on my channel, but right now we'll do it again. We're cutting open the oil filter in my engine. We're going to take the guts out of it and look through the pleats for any metallic items. There shouldn't be any in there. because if there is, that means the engine's eating itself to death. I don't believe this one is. This is just safety. Relay is Mr. Safety. Gonna dyno the motor. Let's make sure it's right before we wing the crap out of it, right?
Absolutely. It's always easier to check now than cry later. The oil that we drained into the stainless pan looked fine, but it's just...
yeah, I didn't see any gold in
we'll
there.
look at the bottom of the canister and...
I don't see anything too
No,
offensive in there.
no, I don't hardly see anything in here, which is a really good thing.
Chris Thomas over at John Kazi's went through this thing after I broke it at Drag Week, and I trusted the man.
No, it's just, you know, it's just good to check, good to know.
Not only is the filter clean, but Mr. Brule's fingernails are trimmed nicely.
Yeah.
We're big on hygiene here at Westech too.
Yeah, see what good teeth can do for you?
Yes. Nice fingernails equals big horsepower, right? Look at all these motors.
They obviously have no muffler rules in Georgia.
No, they don't care about mufflers in Georgia. You can register a milk crate with 4 wheels on it. More importantly, John Chase. Oh, you're in a lot of trouble. Yes, you are. Good luck. That's oil out of the breather. Did it actually straighten out the fuel and make more power?
Yeah, it did actually.
Dude, that thing picked up
It
20 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah. And 892 versus what was the gear run before?
886.
So
Oh
another,
my
another
god.
5 or 6 by straightening out the air.
Whoa.
Actually, they were confident in putting your logo on. The,
Wow, Walker
Very
filtration. Good. Well played. Holy crap. That air filter just beat, dude, 20 pound-feet of torque is what it just beat the open Hillborn modified cutoff stacks I had on there. Damn. Okay.
Very nice.
The filter stays. Now I gotta.
No, the filter officially stays.
Now I gotta make a new hood scoop. Bought this in Compton, California, because I'm hanging out in the hot rod garage today. Look, there's the Hemi Grammy. There's my 55. And this is clear polycarbonate, which does not fit with my new awesome air filter. Not at all. I gotta build a taller one. So as I build a taller one, I'm gonna make it match the roof, sort of. It's gonna be awesome. They're actually a modified set of stacks that sat here. And normally these things are 8 to 11 inches tall. And they're great. They make great torque, they make great high RPM power. When you cut them this short though, and you put them under a scoop like I had that's only this far above it, it does funky things to the distribution and the airflow in here. By putting this adapter in here from Walker and adding this filter, believe it or not, you put these two things on here and I picked up legitimately 20 pound-feet of torque on the chassis dyno. I don't know exactly how that works. My guess is that these tapers straighten out the airflow, having it have some sort of plenum above the throttle body helps something. All I know for sure is it leaned out the tune-up in the motor, according to our EFI, and we had to put more fuel to it, and when we did, we picked up power. So this works, and not only am I no longer stuffing tennis balls in here when the car's parked to keep the dirt out, but I also don't have to change the oil every 100 miles when I drive this thing because there's no air filter on it. So this is a win-win situation. except for the fact that I have to modify the scoop. So we're gonna look at that and turn a lemon into lemonade. We're gonna make a cooler scoop that will look better and contain all of this awesomeness. Basically, we're widening the hole because I forgot before we final wrapped the car back in the day, there was 2 sets of holes for my hood scoop, and one of them is not used. I don't even know. I think we mounted the scoop once, closed the hood, and it didn't fit, so we had to move it down. So we're widening the hood hole just to get rid of that unsightly extra set of holes that are there. So.
Slightly crooked.
Yeah, dude.
A little bit.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at that. So, you can tell the part where I cut. Where I went, brr, brr, brr. I was making supercross jumps, and then you can tell the part where you cut, where it's just, you know, you use the guide. So I'll film. I will keep on filming. Beauty, Clark.
We'll file that square.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a little touch-up. Okay, here's the mock-up. It's big. It's so big. It's aggressive, but it has to be that tall to clear the filter.
Sharpie for scale?
Yeah, that was the old one. So the question now is, like, I think back here, right? Like, we maybe cut it at maybe that line and just make the thing look a little smaller in the back.
This is looking a little chubby.
Yeah, so maybe use that line there. And then the only other question is because we have to have this much height, is do we lean the sides in or do we leave it straight up and down? Yeah, because you can narrow this up a whole bunch, but then it doesn't look like the old mailbox.
No, then it starts to take on a grumpy Jenkins pinch top look, which is not a bad deal, but I don't think it's this far, personally. But then again, it might make it easier to see over.
I might be able to see the Christmas tree a little better.
There's that. But again, all we're moving is here. So would you, if this is now sitting here, so your viewing gets better right there.
I think what it does is if you lean it in, and I'm not saying do this, when I'm sitting over here, you can see the Hyundai that's over here. You know, right there, that Hyundai that's making a right-hand turn, I can see that.
Just put a camera in the car right here.
But do I even care about that Hyundai? No.
Hater vision. Just put a camera.
Hater vision right there.
Just put a camera right here and a little screen. Who needs a side view mirror, man?
No, you're right. Okay, we'll leave the side straight up and down. We'll do the other radius in the back, and then we'll go to building.
Reconvene.
Yeah.
See what we get. So what you gonna do, Mike?
Right now, I'm gonna try not to screw this up. This is cast acrylic sheet in gold. And I'm about to use a body saw to cut it and make a new scoop. If I don't ruin it. Wish me luck. Tune her up.
Just tuning it up.
Dude, look at that. This is decidedly un-roadkill-like.
I think you bypassed roadkill when you put a paint job on the car.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't paint the car, which means I really can't take any credit. Yeah.
Either way.
It was sort of a compliment.
No, it is. It leveled up. By the way, good job, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
Car looks good.
Thank you. Compliments to the painter, the other Mike.
Oh yeah, cotton.
The guy with the talent. Dun dun dun.
The red box is glorious.
Oh, dude, that's a hell of a mailbox. Look at that. And note all the care we're taking by leaving the plastic in place so we don't scratch it. We will scratch it, it's gonna happen, but...
Not right now.
So here's how we're assembling it. We didn't go full fish tank style because I really didn't know about the whole acetone trick to use to bond the things together. So we've got other pieces here.
And then when we heat this and let it fall,
Boop. It all bolts together, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna heat this and just let it fall over and then bolt it here. And then we'll move it over to the car, drill some holes in the hood, and then go to the drag strip.
and go 8.
In the 8th mile.
Perfect. Wait, no.
We've built the whole thing. This is the last step. Can we melt this and bend it over without shattering it? Because this is not Lexan, this is cast acrylic, which is difficult to drill and will shatter. And we tried this once 5 years ago on Roadkill, originally when we built this car, and we screwed this up.
But you didn't do this.
We didn't do this. The pipe is the key, I think. To keep from the last time we tried to heat this and bend this, it just warped in the middle. Today, technology is on our side. It only goes to 7. 7's hot.
Turn it to 11.
7's hot. 7's good. 7's. Whoa! You didn't do this last. Remember how long we were doing this the last time?
You didn't have it turn to 7.
I guess not.
Just want to make sure that
It's working. Can you imagine this? Swap this out with your wife's hairdryer. Don't tell her.
it's a very Tim Allen move of you.
Fill it full of baby powder and Scar.
Yeah, but that shit would catch fire at that temperature.
Here's a test. Does the baby powder catch on fire?
Well, then use creamer.
Creamer. But then you don't have the poof effect. You don't have the antique.
Powdered creamer.
Oh, powdered creamer.
That shit's way flammable.
If that's flammable, I wouldn't want to be. You know, Doritos are flammable, or not Doritos. Fritos are flammable.
Throw a Dorito.
Doritos
Use them
too?
as fire starter.
So are Cheetos.
Cheetos are flammable.
All the stuff is
It's
flammable.
all that corn oil.
Corn. Take time.
You need 2 heat guns. That's the real trick here.
I'm gonna have to use the stranger here in a second. I'm getting tired. Oh no, you can see a razor line on the edge of the tape.
I know. Ain't it a bitch?
It's this magical disappearing razor line. We did all this to eliminate one set of holes, really.
And an air cleaner, sir.
Yeah. It's a big moment.
You need to peel it before it goes down.
Will it fit?
Here we go.
Will it fit?
Nice and easy, coming down. It'll fit a family of 4.
But can they escape? Oh, dude. I don't know why. You can see right through it, and I don't know why that's a surprise to me, even though I knew that was going to happen, but go ahead. Okay, wait, hold on. We do have to trim. We can't pull.
Mine on the pin.
Yeah, we can't pull it on the pin. That needs to get cut straight down.
But do you want the height here that this is giving it? Because it used to sit on the lip. So
Yeah, it
So we
needs.
need to. So this needs to be flushed to the.
if you just do one cut here, it should do everything.
Yeah, we need to cut it.
Close to it.
Cut it to the bottom of the hood so the hood can sit down.
Yeah.
All the hard work to eliminate some holes in the hood and make an air filter fit. Oh,
Don't break it.
it's kind of wobbly.
It is big though.
It's huge. That is cool. I love it. I'm in love with it. It's ridiculously large.
It's not subtle.
Someday I may drop it like an inch, but I don't know that I'll cut the front of it off. I might just leave it like that.
That angle is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It's so ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous, and I love it.
Coming around. Hard to see in the shop, folks.
Wow. Start cooling.
Look, it's soaking up a Tony Angelo.
Yeah, it looks great.
All right, I'll go get the trailer.
None of your holes are new, Mike.
They're glorious, though.
They are glorious. I can't totally see, but it looks like 13 and an eighth, maybe?
Is it on my end or your end?
It's on.
It's your end. Oh, do you want some light?
Here, how about
Want me
this?
to actually help?
What do you see?
I see 13 and a 16th plus or minus a 16th.
So let's just do 13 and an eighth.
Really close to the front.
Yeah, so for no measuring, no nothing, we got pretty close.